I want to call this meeting to order. It's Tuesday, October 28, 2025, 9 a.m. Commissioner's Courtroom, 162 West 1st Street, Trinity County Courthouse, Groveton, Texas. And Brother Mike, you want to take us to
Absolutely.
prayer?
Yes. Would you bow your heads this morning? Gracious Heavenly Father, we're so thankful for another day that we have to serve you. We ask you to be with us today as we conduct the affairs of our county. Lead us in integrity and guide the path that you would have us to walk. We ask you to bless our county, our state, and our nation because we have nothing without you. So we give you praise for everything in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
We got one. Mr. Crawford?
Yes.
Miss Crawford? Jerry Crawford?
Yes.
Talking about Lacey 3, is that correct? You got 5 minutes, ma'am.
Okay. I already gave Commissioner Trust the
Yeah.
information, and we wanted to know if the county would continue to maintain that Lacey Road 3 all the way down, because you stop right at that little curve where the house is. The lady just bought a house about 3 years ago, but you stop right at that little curve. And our property, it's just 5 acres, but it's all the way down at the end of that road or trail, and it's a county road.
Is it on the book?
Ms. Crawford, she brought me this morning and showed it to me. It's from 1975. It was voted on in Commissioner's Court declaring this. It says a public road, so I don't know what a
At one
public.
time it was maintained, by the pictures that we took. And then it got kind of overgrown, and then you just stopped.
Well, and I think it was the year 2012.
15.
It was when Jimmy Brown was commissioner.
Yeah.
They adopted a county road map.
Okay.
And he ended it at the curve. So basically, from that point on, was abandoned.
Uh-huh.
And over time, that has grown up. The ditch lines are grown up. It needs culverts. It needs rock. And I want to help you. I want to
And see,
help
when we
you.
try to sell, we can't, because they say it's no access to it. That's the only thing, no access to that
But when I'm-
acres in the back.
Okay, there is a road there, but it's basically a pig trail.
Yeah,
And what I'm having a problem with, it's going to cost me $15,000 to get it opened up the right way. You're trying to sell the property, right?
yes, sell
So if you
or
sell
bill
the-
on it, either way.
If you sell the property, the new owner, he's going to demand access. And I don't want to drop 10% of my rock budget on this little pig trail that nobody lives on. But I want to help you. I don't want you to be landlocked, but I want you to help me. Can you get a crew in there to clear that thing out with a dozer?
So, Stephen, let me jump in right here. People have petitioned the court before to extend county roads, reopen county roads, and things like that, and that's a well-settled process. There's some things you have to do. You have to get a petition from the landowners and go through. There's a formal process that you as the landowner must take to petition the court to do that, right? But also, one of the things is you have to bring that road back up to county standards, right? So
that would mean it's a private road?
no, well, I can't speak to I guess what the road is classified as right now. I don't.
Classified as a county road. According to, the resolution.
Well, 1975, yes,
Yeah.
it seems like it was.
Yeah.
And then in 2012, when the road map was done, it was abandoned or, pretty much probably just abandoned or not maintained or anything like that. And that's something a commissioner
Georgia
can do.
Pacific said that they would maintain it because they had permission to go in and cut the timber on it. So that letter that they sent said that they would maintain, so they might have in 2015.
I can't speak to that,
Yeah,
but
I
if you
can't
want a
either.
road that's been abandoned, opened up, you need to bring it back up to county standards, or at least a reasonable standard that the commissioner can work on it and maintain it from there, right? Because if you just took it back under right now, there'd be a lot of money and time he'd have to put in just for one little road. But if you brought it back up, you know, which is what you're required to do by law to bring that road back up to county standards, you could petition the court to adopt that road. And you would need, you know, from start to finish and, you know, signatures and things like that. There's a whole process that takes, you know, I don't know, probably a month or two, something like that.
But the problem is, there's so many trees that's overgrown into the ditch line. I would have to basically dig those up and remove them to get it wide enough to get a ditch in there. And over time, the water has used the road. It's basically a little river, and it's like a creek bed now. And I'd had to reshape the ditches, but there's trees in the ditches that are too big for my equipment to cut with a mower, so I would have to basically dig them up.
Well, on Lacey 2 and Lacey 4 and half of Lacey 3, it's just wide enough for one car. So it looked like it didn't have to be that wide.
Stephen, whose land is it going through down there? Is it
I don't
timber
know.
down there?
It's touching up against the national forest.
Well, I know Charles Taylor has the land on the right,
Yeah.
and there's a lady
But I
on the
think it's
left.
going up.
The lady in the
This-
brick house.
This land is going up, I think, foreclosure.
Oh, it is?
I think it is. And then it's a lady on the
Well,
left
could you-
with the house.
Could you get with your neighbors and see what they think about it? And if they want it opened up, maybe they could all come up here and maybe y'all could get together and figure out a way to help with the cost on this. The lady in the brick house or the log house on the hill, she owns some property down there.
Oh, okay.
And there's an old home place down there. I don't know who owns that. Your place is the very end.
Yeah. Kind of butts up against the national forest.
Yeah. What I'm concerned about, that's really low down there. And it would take a lot of rock to get that, you know, passable to the public.
So what
Let
do
me-
I need to do to
This,
kind of further it along?
well, just let me do some research on it. And this is basically a public forum. We can't vote anything now.
Yeah.
And we'll bring it up at another later date.
Okay. You'll keep me in the loop on,
Yeah.
you know, what's going on and what else I need to do to try and get it open up just a little.
Well, let's just say that we open it next month as a county road, I couldn't do any work in there until next summer because of the rain and the winter weather coming on. And I just don't want to drop that kind of money on making this road passable. And I can't guarantee that if we were to open it, that I would be able to do it in a year's time. You know, I can't just spend all my money on that one little pig trail, especially when nobody's living down there.
Yeah. Okay, well, just
But
keep me in the loop, you know, let me know.
like I say,
what's going on.
I don't like the idea of anybody being landlocked, but I want to help you, but I think y'all need to help me as well.
I think we were willing to help, you know.
Maybe you could get a dozer in there and kind of open it up a little bit.
It still has to go through the process because as of right now, it's not a county
Yeah,
road.
it's not a county road.
In 2011, the Commissioners Court, prior to all of us, they adopted a county road map. And each commissioner went out and named his roads and says, this is county roads. If it wasn't on that list, then it doesn't exist anymore. There's a lot of roads that went to somebody's barn or somebody's pasture. They didn't include it. There was a 2-year grace period that people had a chance to complain or come up here and say, well, y'all left my road off and that's our home place and I need it to be a county road. In 2013, in June, the court, I was here then and we adopted it. That was the final deal. So it's just like a new road now.
I think the very first step is when the commissioner prior to him went through all this process that Mr. Smith just talked about. We don't know if the landowners back in 2012, 2011, 2012 wanted it shut down or not. So the very first step I would say is for you to talk to the surrounding people to make sure, because really and honestly, I guess now, since it's not a county road, people's property took over that. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how he feels, but I surely don't want to take nobody's property over without, you know, them being aware of it or them being in favor of it. So the very first step I would suggest is go talk to everybody all the property owners around. And see if they're for or against or what have you, and then you and Mr. Truss work together on it and try to come up with something.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll look into it.
Okay,
Thank you.
we'll do that.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, number 4, approve the minutes from October 14th.
Make a motion we approve.
I'll second. Oh.
We're gonna have to make a correction.
We are?
Yeah, Shasta, I wasn't here that day.
Well, I want you to feel included.
Well, I appreciate that, and also I wanted to know how the court felt with Brother Smith leading in prayer. I saw that, I underlined that. That was amazing.
All of us need to pray a lot more.
Amen.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Receive the quarterly reports for the Veteran Service Officer.
Morning.
Morning. How are you?
Wonderful, how are you? So with the grant funds that we have, the 50,000, we've served 21 veterans or spouses. Only one got denied. That's not a usual circumstance, the way that happened. There's 10 months left in the grant period for the 25-26 grant. Hopefully we'll get another one. We're about to apply for that. Veterans who used VSO services that are not related to the grant were 18. We also, with Sean's help, updated the veterans page on the county website. And I also have just been learning from other VSOs, Mike Maiden and Crockett, Houston County VSO. He's been great. He's been a huge help. I attended the big check ceremony for Miss Vicky this year, even though I didn't help get that grant. I just went as a representative for the county. I did receive my accreditation, and on the 18th, will go and get my background check and get fingerprinted with the VA so that I can do claims faster.
Is it getting smoother out there?
It's going great.
Doing great.
We're getting there.
Well, you made Mr. Bill Reeves happy.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
He always brags on you, so.
What's it looking like? I know y'all haven't applied for it or in the process of applying for the new, does it still look like it's gonna be fun to do that, or?
That's hard to say. As far as I know, having a VSO now will help with the grant. We're asking for more this time in different areas, since I have noticed since being here, there are a lot of needs that veterans and their family members have that have kind of fallen through the crack. The VA doesn't cover it. Some of the other organizations around the county don't have the funds. So if we can get this grant, then we can kind of fill these different needs. Again, that's not guaranteed, of course, but hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Number 6, discuss an act of approval on personal action.
Good morning.
Morning.
Bonnie, are you listening? You there?
Yes, I'm here.
Right, so I tried to call yesterday and we might have missed each other, but it was my understanding you have some explanation on a couple of these PAFs or have some input on a couple of them. Is that,
I think the only one that was in question, I think, is the jailer dispatchers, on their step grade pay scale of 14 or 15. The dispatchers / jailers, they have dual responsibility. We have them in as a pay scale 14. Jailers only, we have a pay scale 15. When we changed over to State Bill 22, those individuals had to be classified as dispatcher jailers in order to qualify for any supplement from State Bill 22 funding. However, we never changed their step grade. That never came up really. We never really discussed whether or not they should go to, if they were a dual role, that should go up to the same level as a jailer. I can't answer that. That is the job details needs to come from the sheriff's office. What's brought it up is the one individual who was just dispatched but received her certificate, so they wanted to increase her to a level of 15. So that's where our conversation has ended on that one, and it seems to be a controversy or, misunderstanding. So I'll just give it to you that way. If sheriff is there, we can discuss it. Jeremy, I think, is available too. If all of them that need to be changed, then they'll need to bring that to the court
well,
for consideration.
I spoke with the sheriff, and yes, the sheriff's here. He can speak about it. But
Okay.
I went ahead. I knew this was going to be in question, and I went ahead and did some homework on it. And back in August 2021 is when we went through and finalized the salary survey that we went through, and back then it showed jailers being a level 15, and they had the dispatchers also had the title then dispatch / jailer, which I believe, and sheriff can correct me if I'm wrong, that all dispatchers were jailer certified and have been, and they were all classified as 14s. So the reason why I thought this was going to be an issue is because, number one, we're not even a month into the budget, and if we change these salaries, I believe what it did back then, because I was part of this salary survey, is open a can of worms, and everybody is going to be wanting to change. So that's why I thought it was going to be an issue, and I don't know how the court feels, but I feel like it's going to be an issue, because this should be during the budget and the budget workshops, and we should address that back then if it was an issue. So y'all speak if y'all want.
I don't really think it became an issue until it was brought up yesterday, and I went, oh, we never discussed that. We never went through that.
But
So now we're in that point. So yes, it should have been effective with this new budget if there were going to be any changes overall for those classifications. I agree with that.
I think the only
Yeah.
I think the only hiccup in what we're discussing now is that it's in question about the SB 22, and they had to be jailer certified, but they were already jailer certified before, and that's what the court approved back then, was level 14. So I just, I don't want this to open up a can of worms, and then we have to go through this whole process again with the salary survey. And this is what everybody voted on. This is what, so.
So in the budget,
I do know they have one dispatch, I think, unless that's changed, one dispatcher who is not certified, so they are dispatch only. And they can correct me if I'm wrong. But there's 4 more or 5 that are dual. So it would impact those employees. By changing the one, you would need to look at the others as well.
Do they have like a year to get their certification for the jail? Is that how that works?
No, it's only 90 days now, it's not very much.
Okay, so they have 90 days to get that.
So this is just the
The
old.
problem is, and again, this was just brought up yesterday, and I had no idea it was an issue, but they're jailers, and that jail can't operate without a jailer being there. So dispatchers are being used as a jailer. So in other words, you always have to have a jailer in that building. And the state of Texas says if you're a jailer, you must be classified as this, you must make this much money. They use the SB22 money, which you are doing. So the question now is, why are they not classified the same as their jailers? And actually, they're doing dual roles. On top of being a jailer, they're also dispatchers. And they're being paid a step less than the jailers. And that's an issue that I think could be a problem.
Could be.
And it wasn't an issue I brought up. It was brought up yesterday, and now we gotta deal with it.
So what does the budget show that we have? Dispatch jailers at 14, how many?
I don't have a budget set in here, I don't know.
And then we have X amount of jailers.
Yes.
Well, we have to go with the budget, whatever the budget says is what we're gonna have to do. I mean, we're changing, if you change one, you gotta change them all.
Yeah, because we have one dispatcher that's seasoned, so she's been there 8 years roughly.
And that's why I brought it up to the sheriff,
Yeah.
because there's
She's
one
not
that
in
worked
here.
over there since I was over there. And that's what, I knew that this was gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
I think we need to correct it now to go forward, or there's gonna be an issue going back. Just made that plain in the rears. You're talking like 40 cents an hour or something like that, it ain't much. But that's y'all's call on the side.
Why is there one officer and it's got SB 22 increase? He hadn't been under the SB?
He has been.
He has been? Why is this here then?
I didn't fill it out, so I cannot answer to that.
SB 22,
Should really been a
contribution.
reclassification, because he's going from deputy to lieutenant, it looks like, and so they want to increase the Senate Bill 22 amount.
He's going to a lieutenant.
That's what it says, deputy,
Where?
in-house lieutenant.
We don't even have a position for a lieutenant, never have had, have we?
That's the sheriff's discretion. How I run my office and how I promote people.
Do what?
That's my discretion.
Yeah?
And that's SB 22 money, has nothing to do with the taxpayers' money in this county, so it shouldn't be an issue.
It doesn't, it doesn't say promotion.
Yeah, it should actually say like promotion or reclassification. Because the one before it,
We can't say promotion or reclassification because to Commissioner's point that there's not a.
Who is that?
So it's not being a promotion because there's not a process on both things.
Jeremy's on Zoom?
that's why I said reclassification.
Oh my God. This is just everybody? How do I get to be on Zoom? Well, I'll just be, what do you call it, work from home and, yeah.
My health goes before the county folks, and I have a doctor's appointment.
Can't hear it.
I'm here in investment to the county. I can also attend the meeting while I take care of my personal health, so I appreciate your concern.
I can't really hear you, Jeremy.
Can't hear you, Jeremy.
It's really muffled.
I can
I apologize, I take care of my health first, and I figure this is the best way for me to attend this meeting while still managing my health. I appreciate your concern. To Commissioner Smith's point, it's not a promotion per se, because there's not a title position within the budget for them. That's why it simply states an addition of SB 22 funds, just to create the audit of payment trail that shows where this money is going to for an individual.
Okay, but the PAF before that is the same thing. It's a deputy going to a sergeant and it has promotion on it.
That's Sergeant Carrollson left, there became a vacancy in the budget for a sergeant position. Right now, there's like, just like the list was investigated, there's not an investigator.
We're not using
line
names.
item in
You're
the
not
budget.
supposed to use names, Deputy Carroll.
Chief Deputy Carroll.
Well, when the previous sergeant left, that was a spot on the budget. That was it. The sergeant spot on the county budget. So when that vacancy opens up, that's actually promoting from deputy to a sergeant position. In this case, there is a position on the county's budget. So it's not a promotion, we're trying to reclassify it, but again, now you're going into what are the different classifications of jobs listed that matches up with the pay scale, pay ratings, and the budget itself. So
But we gonna continue on this, or what?
the case, because there's not a reclassifiable position for it to go into. So the only thing this PAS is doing is documenting.
Are y'all understanding
No, can't understand it anyway.
Okay.
Okay,
So what are y'all gonna do with these PAFs? Will y'all tell me which ones you're approving, or all of them, or none of them?
Yes, please don't approve mine.
Do what?
I said, don't approve mine.
Don't approve it?
No, I'm being
Oh.
silly, sorry.
Huh.
well, we're not gonna,
We have 3 resignations, a retirement, a promotion, an other, a new hire,
I think
3
the
reclassifications.
ones from prior, were just a correction on the, PAFs.
Yes.
So I believe those are, good to go. I've looked at all of them. Just that issue of moving during the middle of the budget year is what I got an issue with, and I know what's gonna happen. That everybody else is gonna bust this salary survey wide open, that's already been busted open, and went against. So I don't think I can be for doing any raises on anybody during the budget year.
So the resignations y'all are okay with, and the retirement?
Say that
The
again?
resignations and the retirement y'all are okay with?
Yes.
The ones
Okay.
from prior, I mean, I'm just speaking for
All right.
myself, so y'all tell me how y'all feel. I mean,
I'm gonna need y'all to vote on this. Which way you gonna do it? Is that in the form of a motion?
Well, y'all, so let me, sorry, on the new hire and on
The promotion.
the other one, y'all need to say if we are staying with pay scale 14 or not, because I need to pay this person this week. So,
no, I'm not for raising it to
or if y'all wanna
15.
raise it to pay scale 15, I just need to know either way.
Now, the promotion, there's a spot for that, for the sergeant position, and, I don't really know how that SB 22 works, so, I mean, I know the sheriff's over it, but what I would suggest to you, Sheriff, is that maybe put some kind of SB 22 budget together, so this don't come up,
I don't understand what you're talking about. We don't have an SB 22
Listen,
budget. Money.
by law, and I've been meaning to talk to you about this, but by law, you have to present your SB 22 as in a like a budget style, what you're gonna give so-and-so, what you're gonna give so-and-so, what you're gonna give so-and-so, and then present it to the court, and at the end of the day, the court says, you're good to go, you're not. And then that's when the PAS come involved, you can backdoor with the PAF. So it would be such a surprise to some of the people in this court. But I don't more or less have an issue with it, because I know you're over that. So, the only ones I have an issues with is what I've done said, so y'all can speak if you want.
Make that a form of a motion.
I make a formal motion that I'm not gonna be for putting the 14s to 15s at this point. So all the rest of them are good with me.
So Commissioner Park, just so I understand, because y'all said for 1 month, you're not going to approve the classification of and bringing all the jail or dispatch to dispatch pay grade?
No, why, this has been going on, if I understood you correctly, Jeremy, this has been going on since we got this in 2021. This is something y'all should have brought during budget cycle, and me and the sheriff talked about that yesterday. Maybe it could have been, should have been brought up back then.
Well, hold on real quick, just a statement on that. We were under the impression that when all this went into effect, we did not have to do new PAF, it was just going to be taken care of internally. I do remember that part.
This is the one, I'm just letting you know, this is what was
We
approved.
can fix it later, but I'm just saying that we were under the impression that all the jailers, just classified as a jailer, went to the same pay grade last year. That's why it was never questioned, is we thought it all went, everybody went the same. And until you said something about it yesterday, we had no idea, because we don't go look at that stuff. That's not something we sit around and study. You brought it up, so yes, it is an issue now that the jailers are 15s. And if you're a jailer, you're a 15, and they are a jailer.
Well, back
You're
then,
basically saying they're less of a jailer because they do 2 roles. And that, I don't think that's gonna fly.
the salary survey was just approved back when? Back
That
20.
salary survey, Tommy, has been blown out of the water. You guys aren't going on the salary survey. The salary survey's gone, it's been gone. We can't keep flying after that because it doesn't exist. No one is paid by what that salary survey says.
They are.
They are.
They are.
Salary survey, everyone is.
Well, I'm not, well, okay, y'all are, but their people are not, my people are.
Their people are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I make the motion, we approve all of them except for the ones wanting to move up to 15 right now.
And the promotion to the lieutenant too?
I don't know about the SB 20.
That's creating a new position.
There was 2.
I am not gonna promote in the middle of the year.
Promote who I want to.
Yeah, you do whatever you want to, and I'm gonna vote like I want to up here.
Let's talk about why you don't want him promoted.
Come, let's stop.
Let's do
Hey,
that.
Stop
Hey.
this.
Whatever you want.
You have no deciding.
So, oh, sorry, Judge, go ahead.
He's got a motion that hold it at 14.
Let me just clear the water on my motion. He's got the position for the sergeant. And all that money is correct coming from PAFs to move that other person into that position. SB 22, I don't know how that, I don't know what we need to do on that.
You
He's
just
over
said
it.
though, right?
Huh?
You just said what you need to do on SB 28. Senate Bill
Want
22.
to put it in a form and bring it before
I
Commissioner
think
Court.
that needs to happen the first of the year, just like this budget, and I think it's really the law that the state makes you're supposed to put this, and we've never done it since, I've just learned this in school here recently, that we've never done this prior. But I think that's where most of the hiccups come in, is when this gets thrown on the desk right here. But I'm making a formal motion that, 14s don't get moved up, all the old PAFs get approved, and the promotions get approved.
Both promotions get approved?
Yeah. I wish he wouldn't have worded it, a lieutenant on there, it's not gonna make a line item lieutenant on the budget. He's got he's got a captain position and sergeant positions, 2 sergeant, he's not gonna have in the future, it's not gonna say lieutenant line item on the budget, correct?
Yes, it will next year.
Lieutenant, not a department.
That's what I'm saying, you're saying in-house.
I don't care what I put on the budget.
But in the budget, it's not gonna, next year when it comes up, I think what everybody, or he's trying to say up here is that next year, budget time, there's gonna be a line that says lieutenant, there's gonna be an extra spot.
No, he's there, here's what he's gonna be.
We're beating this to death, I made the motion.
Motion, do it one more time.
Well, I think everyone heard it. No one seconded it.
Yeah.
I did hear a second.
No, you didn't hear a second.
Somebody else made a different motion in a different form?
Motion failed, Judge.
Sir?
Motion failed.
You gotta call for the vote.
No, you don't. If you don't have a second, you don't have a vote.
Let's say, who's against?
Well, you made a motion. If you don't get a sec, hold it a minute, Judge.
This has nothing to do with me, we're gonna answer questions, I'm gonna ask them.
Woody, you need to go sit down, that's what you need to get.
Okay, we'll address it. We'll address it live on Facebook later. We'll find out
That's
exactly why you're
fine.
against Cliff.
Let us
You're
get
against
there.
Cliff because you have to investigate you in
Yeah.
investigation.
I'm tired of hearing about a criminal investigation that you're trying to say
Hey.
that I've done.
Hey,
That's wrong.
let's settle down.
Let's settle down.
We don't need to use names. She's done
If we can get back to it, I think what happened was the motion was presented to the court by Commissioner Park. The motion failed because there was not a second. Now, and I'm not like a expert on Robert Rules of Order, but I believe, you know, the floor is open to another motion that might be seconded.
Have y'all got another motion?
I don't have any problem with any of them except promotions that's not in the budget and moving them from a 14 to a 15. If you do it to one, you gotta do it to all. And the time to do it is at budget time.
The reason I made that motion is because it's that one promotion, sergeant promotion is there, that money's
Sure.
there.
I didn't question
The
that.
other one, the other person, they're just using Senate Bill 22 money. They're not coming into the budget at all.
But to make another position.
Just heard me clarify that.
And there's
And
another-
that gonna make another line item.
It's not gonna make another line.
No one said that. No one
He
said
said
that.
no.
Nobody said
He
that.
said you can call it whatever you want. He's gonna be a lieutenant in my office. No one said he's not gonna make another line item.
He's not gonna make another line item.
No, nobody said that he wasn't.
Yeah,
He never, okay, I'm just,
wasn't it? Go ahead.
He never said he wasn't gonna make another line.
That's just what
item
Tommy said.
Lieutenant next year.
That's what I'm assuming, I guess you would say.
he's Tommy's just assuming. So, and I mean, if I could urge the court to kind of keep the momentum going, I think one of the other three commissioners could make a motion that might be accepted by the other ones, and we can move on with these PAFs.
I can tell you guys that there's not an intention to create a new line item. If it was, it could go before the budget, and which one y'all can discuss and get that down. To Commissioner Park's point, this money is not coming from the in-house, the county's budget at all. It's coming from SB 22, and it's being reallocated. If you choose to rebrand or reorganize the structure, all that would have to still come before Commissioners Court, but y'all would have the opportunity to vote for or against it next budget.
Let me say one thing, just one
But that
thing.
shouldn't affect the decision
I just wanna say one thing,
to allocate additional SB 22 funds to a position that we say, hey, they're gonna now take on more responsibility.
And Jeremy, one last thing before hopefully we end this. What I would suggest is just what I suggest to the sheriff. I don't know who does it, you or him over there, but I would put together one time a year, the way it's supposed to be, how the SB 22 money is gonna be allotted and spread out. And I think that's where, you know, a lot of the argument comes in, is in the middle of the budget, not even a month into the budget, here we are giving raises to people. And I know that the sheriff can,
Budgeted with the rest of the
that's his money, we can't do nothing with the rest of the budget, but by law, and you can look it up, is he has to have a SB 22 representation, budget, paper, whatever you wanna call it.
I have a Senate Bill 22 fund, and I budget it at budget time, just like my pretrial diversion budget. The DA budgeted his, and I think they budgeted theirs, and they just put salaries, and it was just a blanket salary, I think, right? I'm not sure how theirs was, but you can look in the budget and see Senate Bill 22. Like it, Bonnie, am I wrong?
No, you're correct. Helen's correct. It's in the budget.
There is a spreadsheet that we.
How you cut that off?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we table this until the end of the meeting and let everybody gather their thoughts and calm down.
Bring it back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's budgeted, Tommy. It's already budgeted. This is a budget amendment.
That's what everyone is using. However, when you start looking at the removal of the jail position.
You want to bring it back?
Chief
Okay.
Darrow,
Hey, Jeremy?
Chief Darrow, there's a
We,
motion on the
we got a
table.
motion to table it and bring it back to the end of the meeting.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, number 8, receive monthly payroll report.
Oh, you skipped the bonds, Judge.
Oh,
Number 7.
discuss official bonds.
I didn't have no bonds.
I didn't have any.
Okay.
I
I
didn't
didn't know
either.
if you had it.
Okay. Number 8, receive monthly report, payroll report for September 2025.
I'm gonna give you item 8, 9, and 10. You're welcome.
Thank you. What is this?
I didn't have mine.
Let me get your copies to Lacey.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Item number 8 is your payroll report for September. 76 full-time employees, 28 part-time, and 6 temporary time.
Rebecca, just a question.
Okay.
Brian Crabtree, that would be his last payment?
Yes, so
from
this
okay.
is, yes, this is September's payroll, so
Okay,
yes, it'll
that's
come
what I was
on.
making sure of. Yes, ma'am.
Any questions on number 8?
No, sir.
Number 9, discuss an act of approval on receipt filing listing. Trinity County debt schedule September 2025.
You have a report for the receipt file listing, specified activity report, with all the interest from the investment pools, and the debt schedule is last.
We brought this up before, and y'all may be working on it and still working through it, but I guess, where it shows the counts.
Yeah, you want the investment pools separated out?
No, there's ones down at page 1 of 2 down, there's 4 counts down the bottom. We talked about closing them out or clearing them out.
Yes, yeah, they're closed out.
And also,
somewhat.
I don't see mine or Mike's on this list of FEMA money accounts. It just shows 3 and 4. I know there's accounts.
There's accounts,
But
yeah.
I just don't think it's
Yeah, we hadn't
updated.
seen it.
I'll make a note and I'll reach out to our software company
Okay.
and see why those are not posted on there, because I've showed the two in the office that are there.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
One last thing, real quick, I just saw this. On my ARPA, if you look on page 1 of 27, starting with that Texas class,
Yeah,
shows an ending balance of 40,000. And I haven't spent anything since me and you talked, and that wasn't our ending balance then. It was,
yeah, I think I had some stuff that I needed to do in the past, but get with me and we'll look at it.
now we need to
Because-
check that, because that's not right. I think it, I had it, I got it all somewhere. That, remember we went through my whole account, and it was 170,000.
Yeah, get with me, 'cause some of that stuff may be just the regular ARPA instead of y'all's individual road and bridges.
Okay.
So just get with me.
I'm glad to see mine, where it's correcting everything out, the roads and all that. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, what you call broke.
Broke.
And Rebecca, that's pretty much just the interest that was made off of that, wasn't it, on the 44,000's pretty close to being just the interest that I made on the ARPA money.
I think so.
Yeah. So I gotta make sure that all the ARPA money is spent, and that's all interest made, so that's why I planned it, so. I'll check with you later on that. Thank you, Rebecca.
Okay, you're welcome.
Okay. Number 10, discuss an act of approval on 2026 post 65 group retirees medical health renewal.
Okay, so this renewals for calendar year 2026. They do not have the same insurance times that we do. Our normal insurance is October to September, but for our retirees, it is January to December.
But nothing's changing.
No, unless y'all change the rates on it now.
So now, when somebody that's retired becomes 65, does that automatically,
No, I have to tell them. I have to tell County Choice Silver, TAC, I have to let them know to move them over. So by us moving them over, that saves us about $500-something a month.
yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion, we approve it with no changes.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Number 11, thank you, Miss. Number 11, discuss act approval on financial report for September 30th, 2025.
You have in your packet, the September report, but it also includes any accrual of any invoices that we received during October that were for purchases or anything that related to the last fiscal year. So you're actually seeing a 13-month report. It includes all of September, but then there's a column that will say 25-13 period. That means any accruals, any late invoices, anything that's coming in, but must be put back into the prior year fiscal year because it was something that the county either budgeted for and or it occurred in that fiscal year up through September 30th. We went ahead and ran the report. We did not have the revenue posted for 1 month for September for the offices. That's noted on your packet. So you'll know how much additional revenue that's not in that report. And then of course, we'll get to the next item on your agenda regarding a balance due that belongs in fiscal year 25, and we'll talk about that in the next item. But I'm trying to give you an overall estimate of what the net income for the last fiscal year will look like. It looks like it right now. So with these anticipated amounts that we still need to apply to fiscal year 25.
Miss Bonnie,
Yes, sir.
on Road and Bridge 2, here on our grand totals, down here on page 3 of mine, it says, revenue total and expense total. And
Yes.
I've got a negative 36, that's what we moved from ARPA over to pay.
What your budget only accounts for is revenue received in that budget year. It does not take into consideration your moving money from savings or ARPA or investment funds over into, you'll see that as a transfer in on your budget. There's a line item for transfer in, and you'll see if there's anything that come in, transfer, of course, we do transfer in. I don't see anything that we've added to this. We've paid out of your ARPA fund, which is a different budget.
Okay,
We actually have a budget for ARPA for all the road and bridge. It's not in your general budget.
I see where it ended up at 94.56% for the year, so
You
that's,
will find that in Fund 3805,
yeah.
which is the grant, ARPA
Yes.
for road and bridge. Yeah.
Thank
Totally
you, ma'am.
separate budgeted outside of that.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
And if you'll look, you're showing a net increase for the year. Of course, we haven't had all the, I don't think you have anything else to be posted. You have a net income of $48,000 from last year, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what that report is showing, yes.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Bonnie.
You're welcome.
So if I'm looking correct on this current taxes, we collected 92.06% in the fiscal year taxes. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct, 92%. You'll look at the other ones, there's some penalty and interest. We collected more than we had budgeted for by 118%, but our overall revenue for property tax is at 92.81%, 92%, yes.
So we're behind 589,000 is what I'm seeing.
Yes, based on what we budgeted, anticipated income from the property tax last year, that's exactly right. You'll see the available balance is the negative amount, 589,826.16 short.
So how's that
And-
gonna,
and-
how's that gonna affect us moving forward?
Well, it's already affected us because of our carryover that we thought we would have, let's say $200,000. We have a negative of $300,000. So that's
So-
why we tried to stop spending, because we now do not have enough to carry over into this next fiscal year until our cash flow starts increasing
So this,
with the new property tax.
this budget we just passed,
Yes,
I can't remember correctly, but it was pretty high what we anticipated that it's gonna be, what, 98, 99%? 99%? So are we budgeting off of the 99%, or are we budgeting off of expected, what average what we've been getting?
We budgeted off the amount that was provided to us from the appraisal district. The county judge made the decision as well to put it at that minimum amount.
At 99%?
We've never collected 99% of anything.
Why would we go past 92 or 93% in any reasoning, Ms. Bonnie?
We should, 93 should be your threshold. That's your call, though, as court, to go, is what they're telling us from, the appraisal district, that they're gonna collect 100%? Well, that's not possible. So then you have to look at history and say, how much have we normally collected? We used to be at 95% for several years. It's dropped, it's been 92 to 93%.
Bonnie, this current fiscal year that we just approved, 2026.
Yes.
Did we have that funded or approved towards the 99%, or what we've been doing? 92, 93%.
The judge should have that information. It's right on that scale that the land gave you, or, judge, on how
What-
much the, 0.53% increase would be.
What I'm saying is that if we went off the 99%, that's a 6% gamble, if you wish, that past so many years, we've been getting 93%.
Right, you're probably not gonna collect all of that.
Now, so we've been budgeting our budget off of 99%, or we've been budgeting it off of what we anticipate, or what we've been
93%.
getting?
Of what really runs through there.
What you anticipate collecting is the amount that's in the new budget. But again, it's an estimate of what we hope that the taxpayers, that they can collect, that we receive. We have never collected 99% or 100%. Because we don't know what the taxpayers are gonna do this next year, whether they're gonna pay their taxes or not. That's why you have other revenue that comes in under taxes, which is your delinquent taxes and penalty taxes.
But even
that they can collect on to help.
Even with that, that's a less, just between those those 4 line items, that's less than 1% more.
Right.
Or less than 1%.
It's still 92.8%.
Yeah, we was at 92.06.
Every budget you have had prior to that has been the same thing. But we receive other revenue that helps in our total revenue. That's why when you set a budget, it's all estimated anyway. Some of them are estimated low, and we wind up getting a lot more than we budgeted for. At the end of the day, you look at all your total revenue. What do we collect based on what we anticipate to collect? And that includes all these other miscellaneous from your fines and fees and from your miscellaneous revenue that come in. Some of those are well over a 300% increase because we received more than what we had anticipated. So at the end of this, let's look at this last fiscal year. For the general fund only, we had a budget of $9 million, but we received $8,343,778. We spent $8,252,000. Okay. We never get to $9 million. We never get to what we tried to budget. Again, because some of that's been money that you've added in from FEMA or something else that we increased the budget. But overall, it looks like we have a net income of $91,000 on page 21 for last year. However, the wild card that caught us was the insurance that had posted. And not knowing the total amount of that amount until later after the fiscal year closed is what now shows us that we have a negative balance. We've had negative balances in prior years.
So have we got the insurance taken care of?
No, we're gonna talk about that, and so that we can just have a clear understanding on the next agenda item.
Oh, okay.
So I wanna say that then.
Okay.
But to answer your question on the new budget,
Okay.
yes, you need to spend, with prudence, honestly, and wait to see how your property tax starts to come in December. And once their cash flow starts, we should be able to manage just like we have if everything is being, paid for and posted, so that we know what really is happening on a real-time basis.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
For 30 days after what's happened, prior to 30 days.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
We're gonna take a
I make a
15-minute
motion.
break.
Motion,
Okay.
Second.
All in favor? We're gonna take a 15-minute break. 10:15.